Street. I'm your host today, Chef Randy, and today we're going to be cooking my most favorite thing in the whole world is macaroni and cheese. The recipe that I have is from my great-great-grandmother because she's from England and they use those fancy SI units. The only problem is all my utensils here are American unit. And I don't know what to do, so let me get my help from Kayleen. Let me go see Kayleen. Hey Kayleen, here's the recipe. It's in Britain. I can't read British. Well, let's find out what the ingredients are anyway. Okay, we're going to need 500 grams of cheese. Well, I kind of really don't know how much is in here, but we're going to go ahead and weigh that out and figure that out to US units anyway. That's what Kayleen's here for. Next, we need 750 milliliters of cream. Then we need 0.5 kilograms of noodles. We're going to need 2.5 milliliters of water. We're going to need a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. Now for utensils, we're going to need one pot, and that's for boiling the noodles. We're going to need a saucepan, which is going to help melt the cheese. Also, we're going to need one strainer and 2 wooden spoons for utensils for stirring. Now let's see what we're going to do from here. Okay, Kaylee, what's the first thing we're going to do? Okay, first thing we need to do is boil some water. So we're going to grab the pot. Okay, and then also we're going to need 2.5 liters of water, but mine only does cups. Kayleen, can you help me out with this?
I'll take it from here. Okay, so Randy, if you want to measure 2.5 liters in cups, what you need to remember is that in every milliliter, there are 0.001 liters, and then in every milliliter, there is 0.00423 cups. So let's write that out just to make it simple. All right, if you have 2.5 liters of water, you want to convert it to milliliters first. So you're going to say 1 milliliter is equal to 0.001 liters, and then to turn milliliters into cups, you're going to say that 0.00423 cups is equal to 1 milliliter. Now this is the interesting part. Watch how these units cross out. Liters, gone. Milliliters, gone. And then what you're left with is about 10.5 cups. So let's just reiterate. I got that number by multiplying all of the top numbers and then dividing by all of the bottom numbers, which gave me about 10.5.
All right, now that we know that we need the 10.5 cups of water, let's go ahead and get that water started boiling. Let's go ahead and grab our pot first. There we go. And then we're going to need 10.5 cups of water. We're just going to go ahead and measure the first one, then we'll come back and have it already done for you. Let's see. All right, there we go. This is a 2 cup. All right, and don't forget, you need to have when you're measuring, you need to have it at the bottom of the meniscus. All right, there we go. And then we'll be back in just a few moments. All right, now that we've finished measuring out our 10.5 cups, let's go ahead and get that water boiling. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on the front burner on about 8. Okay, and if you don't have an 8, it's going to be probably between your medium high and your high. We'll just go ahead and put that right there. We're going to need to let the water boil for about 9 minutes or so. Okay, we'll be back. So let's go ahead and get started and get those noodles measured out. All right, all I have is this bag, and I know we need 0.5 kilograms of noodles, but my scale only goes into pounds. So I'm going to need some help. Catherine, could you do my conversions again?
Sure.
Here you go, here's the recipe.
Okay, so if you need half a kilogram, you should remember that in every gram there's 0.001 kilograms, and then in every gram there's also 0.0352 ounces. And then from there, to convert ounces to pounds, it's really easy. So let's do the math. So if I need 0.5 kilograms, I need to find out how many grams that is. So 0.001 kilograms every gram, there's also 0.0352 ounces in every 1 gram. And remember how we canceled out those units that we didn't need anymore? Grams. And what you're left with is roughly 17.64 ounces. That's really close to 18 ounces, so we'll just guesstimate that. And in every pound, there are 16 ounces. So it's just simple math. You take 18 and divide it by 16, and you get 1.1 pounds. So that's what you need, Randy.
All right, thanks, Irene. So now that we know that we need 2.2 pounds of noodles, so let's go ahead and weigh that out. Go ahead and weigh that. We tear our thing, and then let's pour in our noodles to weigh them out. Alrighty. And there we go. We need 1.1 pounds of noodles. Okay, there we go. Now since our water's already boiling, we're going to go ahead and add our noodles. Make sure, watch out for splashing, so go ahead and be careful. Now we're going to stir them in just for a moment. Now once the water starts boiling again, then you're going to start your timer, and you're going to have a total of about 9 minutes until the noodles are done. Okay? So we'll go ahead and let that boil, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Our noodles are just about done, so what we're going to do now is we're going to strain it. We're going to grab our strainer. Alrighty. Go ahead and turn off our stovetop. One quick stir. And let's go ahead and turn these down. Alrighty. Okay. Go ahead and place this back to the back here. And we'll go ahead and let these noodles sit for just a little while. We want to make sure we get all the excess water out. If you want, you can throw a quick little shot of water on them. It just helps stop the cooking. Okay. All right. Now what we need to do is we need to go ahead and figure out how much cream.
If you need to convert your 450 milliliters into cups, you should remember that in every liter, there are 1,000 milliliters. And then also in every liter, there's 4.23 cups. So let's just do the math. So if I have 450 milliliters, and I want to convert that into liters. 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, and then 0.423 cups is equal to 1 liter. All right, and if you multiply across the top and divide across the bottom, you get about 2 cups. So you need 2 cups of cream.
Rebecca, what we're going to do now is go ahead and measure out those 2 cups of cream. So you go ahead and put it here. I got my measuring cup. And right at 2 cups. Perfect. Oh, got a little bit left. Alrighty. Now we're going to go ahead and grab our saucepan. Go ahead and place that over. We're not even going to turn anything on yet. First thing we're going to do is we're going to pour in our cream. There we go. That's good. Now we're going to turn on to medium, or just below medium, probably about 4 or just a hair below the actual M, okay? We're going to go ahead and let that simmer for a few minutes, but that means it's going to start to boil. You want to make sure you have it on a cold pan, otherwise it's going to curdle your milk or your cream. So we'll go ahead and set that there, and then we will go ahead and start working on the cheese. Next thing we need to do now is get our cheese ready. So our recipe says we need 500 grams of cheese. So let me get my plate here, because I don't know how much cheese we have. There we go. Let me get this out of the way. Go ahead and turn on my scale. Let's go ahead and tare it. Place that. Alrighty. Now we need again, we're in pounds, so I'm going to need a conversion from grams to pounds. Hey, Catherine, can you go ahead and give me a little bit more help?
All right, Randy, if you need 500 grams, you should remember that in every kilogram there are 1,000 grams, and then also in every kilogram there are 2.2 pounds. So let's do that. So 500 grams, and there's 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams, and then also in every kilogram there are 2.2 pounds. So 1 kilogram. So if you multiply across the top, divide across the bottom, you get about 1.1 pounds. So that's how much.
Thanks, Sophia. Okay, now we know we need 1.1 pounds of cheese, but let's go ahead and make sure that our cream's doing okay. Yeah, looks like just about ready. Go ahead and leave that in there. Okay, let me go ahead and turn on my scale again and get my cheese. All right, it's already been turned, so we need 1.1 pound. Quick. 14, 16. Oh, actually, we're just a little over. Take a little off. Add a little more. That's close enough. There we go. All right, we're done with that, so go ahead. And now we're going to go ahead and add the cheese to the cream. So go ahead and just pour this in there. Be careful. That cream's still getting kind of hot, so we don't want to splash it there. Just go ahead and mix it up. We're just going to let it set just a little bit and let it warm back up. We're going to turn it up just a little bit more to right at medium, or about 5 on the scale. So we're going to just go ahead and just let that sit for a few minutes. Keep stirring. We want to make it liquefied. We still have our noodles here. They're complete, nice and cool. They're done cooking. So all we have left is, once this cheese is melted full of 30.
Cheese.
Hey. All right, you're back. Okay. Right now we're still waiting for the cheese to completely melt. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and have Trisha go over the unit conversions that we went over for the day. So Belinda.
Okay, so what we learned today is how to convert liters to cups, kilograms to pounds, milliliters to cups, and grams to pounds. And my name is Anne.
Hey, you're back. Okay. Our cheese is completely melted. We've done all of our conversions today, and now the fun part. Now we're just going to go ahead and add the noodles. Put that right there. Again, noodles are in our strainer. They're completely cooled and dried. So we're just going to go ahead and add those quickly. Ooh. Now all we're going to do is go ahead and incorporate all the cheese with the noodles. Now while we're incorporating that, we do need to add a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. So let me get that real quick. Well, we actually don't have a pinch, so I have these shakers that are grinders, so that looks good. And it depends on how much pepper you like, you can just keep adding. I like a lot of pepper. There we go. Go ahead and stir that in. Again, we're on a pretty low temperature. You don't want to get it too high. And we're almost done. Now go ahead and come on here and take a look at this. Now this is our homemade macaroni and cheese. Great grandma's recipe from Britain. Done from the SI units to the US units.
Oh, hey, Randy.
Oh, hey, Joseph, how's it going?
What are you doing?
I'm cooking macaroni and cheese.
Oh, really? Me too.
What?
Yeah. Really?